All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A 14-year-old boy is in the hospital this morning. Waterbury police say a motorcycle driver hit him and then drove off. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is in Waterbury right now. He's going to get us the latest details in just about 2 minutes. But good morning to you. It is 6 o'clock on this Wednesday. It's going to be another great day. We're glad you're starting yours off with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Rachel Piscatelli. I am super excited for today. It's a nice start to our morning, and it's only going to get better from here. Meteorologist Sam Perry joining us now. Sam, good morning. Tell us the latest.
Glad to be here to bring you some more good weather for
we love that.
The rest of the week, actually. So the timing may not be on our side for the weekend, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's talk about this beautiful morning. A sunrise now coming up, and you can see some high clouds, some nice colors coming out there. 55 New Haven, 52 in Hartford, and 50 degrees now. The water temperature, Long Island Sound, 48 Waterbury. Temperatures 40s and 50s this morning. Basically, we have a band of high clouds that are moving through the region, and that will be our weather today. A blend of high clouds and sun. Very nice day with high pressure in control with a northwest flow. Wind will be light, too, not a big deal. So for today, a blend of high clouds and sun, and temperatures this afternoon are going to warm up into the 70s, about a 70 to 75 for your high. Here's a temperature profile across all of Connecticut, a little bit cooler along the beaches. Coming up, I'll detail the 7-day, and we'll talk about the all-important weekend forecast. Now and over to our latest traffic report. Rachel P., how are we doing this morning?
All right, Sam, we are following this crash that will have some improvements now over in the Hartford area, just out by Jennings Road now. So it does look like traffic is improving. It's still slow in the area of 91 South, but definitely seeing those cars that were towed away involved in that crash. Police crews are still on scene, but a much better look to the drive now from Windsor to the 84 interchange at about 6 minutes. Eastbound 84 New Breton Ave to the Hartford Tunnel looks good, as well as Route 2. And at 6:02, it's developing this morning. A 14-year-old boy is in the hospital after Waterbury police say he was hit by a motorcycle.
Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is following this story for us. He's live in Waterbury. Glenn, what's the latest?
Rachel, Erica, I'm near Grove and Cook Streets. That's where police say the crash happened just after 6 last night. When officers arrived on scene, they found that 14-year-old boy in the middle of the street. He was taken to the hospital and is being treated for serious injuries. Police say the motorcyclist took off before officers arrived. Grove Street and a portion of Cook Streets were closed so police could investigate. They have opened back up as of this morning, and police are asking anyone who saw the crash to call the Waterbury Police Crash Investigative Unit. There is still a lot that we don't know, including if police of that 14-year-old boy who is in the hospital with those serious injuries. We have reached out and we are learning more, and we'll keep you updated as that information gets to us. Live in Waterbury, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Glenn, thanks for the update there in Waterbury. We'll check back. Well, meantime, after 2 weeks of testimony and evidence, Jose Morales learned his fate yesterday.
A jury convicted Morales of murdering his girlfriend, Christine Holloway, and tampering with evidence. Fox 61's Emma Woolforth was in the court as the verdict was read.
It was an emotional afternoon here as Christine Holloway's family and friends listened while the jury delivered that unanimous verdict of guilty for Jose Morales.
And the first count of the amended information charging the defendant Jose Morales with the crime of murder in violation of section 53A-54A of the Connecticut General Statutes, how do you find the defendant as to the crime of murder?
Guilty.
After 2 weeks of trial, the 12-person jury convicted 48-year-old Jose Morales of killing his then-girlfriend Christine Holloway in December 2019. The jury also convicted Morales on a second count of tampering with physical evidence. The defense attorney asked for a jury roll to be taken to confirm the unanimous verdict.
And these people stepped up and sacrificed their own time to fulfill this important civic function. And the family is thankful to them for reaching these verdicts, both verdicts of guilty on the 2 counts of the information.
The prosecution spoke briefly outside court Tuesday. Holloway's family and the defense both did not comment. The judge approved a month-long extension for the defense to file any motions of acquittal or a new trial. The judge also granted the state's request to increase Morales' bond to $7.5 million. million. The state is asking for a 65-year sentence, 60 years for the murder charge and 5 for tampering with evidence. Morales' sentencing is scheduled for Tuesday, July 8th. In Milford, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.
We stream the Jose Morales trial from the beginning, and we'll bring you the sentencing live when it happens. You can watch it on the free Fox 61 News app or stream it on Fox 61 Plus, available now on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Roku. Download on your TV, and you can watch it for free.
Well, the woman accused of holding her stepson captive for more than 20 years was not at her court hearing in Waterbury yesterday, but her attorney was. While media was not allowed inside, her attorney filled us in on what happened behind closed doors. Here's Fox 61's Jamel Johnson with more.
Last month, a judge ruled that Kimberly Sullivan should be placed under GPS monitoring during her conditional release period. On Monday, her attorney filed a motion to remove that GPS monitoring and other restrictions that were placed on Sullivan.
My client has done nothing wrong. She is adamant that she is innocent, and she is innocent of anything until a jury decides otherwise.
In a private hearing Tuesday, Kimberly Sullivan's attorney Jonas Kaloidis filed several motions he says are crucial to maintaining his client's innocence. He wants GPS monitoring removed, Sullivan's cell phone returned, and restrictions lifted on access to Sullivan's Blake Street home. A judge did not rule on the motions yet, but Kaloidis says he remains optimistic that Sullivan's cell phone will be returned and that she will be allowed back into her home. Kaloidis says one of his concerns is making sure Sullivan gets a fair trial.
We pay attention to what's being reported and how it's being reported and how she's being portrayed in the media. When the time comes, we're going to try and find jurors that can be fair and impartial, and jurors that have not made up their mind based on the limited information they've been provided.
Even though Sullivan wasn't in court Tuesday, her stepson's biological mother, Tracy Valloran, and other supporters were there.
I control myself every time I have to step into this courtroom and be an adult and not do anything stupid, and I won't do anything stupid because he needs justice.
Police say the man, who for now only goes by S, set fire to the Blake Street home so he could escape captivity. That was 2 months ago. Valloran says she still has not been able to make contact with her son.
Not only has he been withheld from me for the last 32 years, they're still withholding him from me now.
Allie Price, a supporter of S, joined Valloran Tuesday.
I'm just here to show support.
She held a sign that read, "Justice for Male Victim 1."
He deserved to have a life. He's the same age as me. I think that's also something that hits me really hard with this. He's the same age as me. And I think of like when I was in 4th grade and imagining like if my life had stopped back then. This is just inhumane treatment, and he deserved so much better.
The next court date for this case is May 27. Sullivan's attorney said that he believes the ruling on whether or not Sullivan can return to the Blake Street home will happen at that date. In Waterbury, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
The Connecticut Democrats' Appropriation Committee released its spending plan for the next 2 years.
Yeah, the $49.3 billion budget plan invests in local schools, higher education, nonprofits, criminal justice, libraries, and veterans. Governor Ned Lamont proposed increasing spending for this year by 4.5% and 4.8% for next year. The Democratic proposed budget would increase spending for this year by 5.1% and 5% for next year. Now, that would put their 2026 budget in 0.5 percentage point over the state spending cap. Now, the Connecticut State Colleges and University System and the Yukon Health Center will get the most money at more than $280 million. $40 million will help increase scholarships and student loan forgiveness, and another $40 million will go to special education for kindergarten through 12th grade schools. The executive and legislative branches will meet over the next 6 weeks to negotiate both budgets. The budget is due by June 4th. Now, if they don't come to an agreement by then, they're going to have to go into a special session. Two state Senate Republicans, Heather Summers and Stephen Harding, reacted to the Democrats' proposal. They say, quote, "That's the type of budgeting that got Connecticut into the permanent fiscal crisis more than a decade ago that brought us the 2 largest tax hikes in Connecticut history. Republicans will continue the fight to prevent more tax hikes. We will work with moderate Democrats who also oppose tax hikes. The people of Connecticut are already at the end of their rope with high housing and electricity costs. In addition to high taxes, they need relief, end quote. Now, for more on what is happening at the state capitol, you can scan the QR code on the left side of your screen right now and easily download the free Fox 61 News app. Earlier this morning, Catholic cardinals performed the ritual ceremony to transfer Pope Francis' body to St. Peter's Basilica. That's where he's going to lie in state so that people can pay their respects to the Argentine pontiff. The public mourning period will end at 7 o'clock local time Friday night.
And his funeral is set for Saturday morning at 10 in St. Peter's Square. President Donald Trump says he will attend. In his final will, Francis confirmed he would be buried at St. Mary's Major Basilica, which is outside the Vatican. Eligible cardinals haven't set a date for when they will vote for a papal successor, which is known as the conclave.